Good morning, Muffins. It's time for our morning reading. Yay! Woohoo! Today is Sunday, January 2nd, 2022. I have a bunch of decks. Generally, I pull my morning cards, just like, mostly it's oracle cards usually, not usually tarot, to get an overall feel for the day. So I always start with a chakra. Love. So we're going to do that. What chakra do we need to be aware of today? Okay. Ooh. Oh, expression. Express your true self. The world needs you. Throat chakra. Lapis lazuli. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's see. We're going to do a heart thoughts card. I gravitate toward the ones that I feel like are like general overall meanings for the day. Do you know what I mean? We are going to do a tarot today. We're going to do what major arcana should we embody today. So, not sure about should we embody, but I think that's what I'm going to go for. My hair gets everywhere. It's super annoying. And you think you got it, but you don't. All right. Woo! I don't think I ever got that one. It is safe to look within for my peace of mind. It's just the bottom. I do whatever I need to do to keep my inner world peaceful. My inner peace is essential for my health and well-being. That's right. And I let the light of my love shine. I have an infinite supply of love to give. The more I give, the more there is to give. Okay. I'm wondering if we're going to have like some kind of challenges today where we need to stay very centered and grounded and mindful. Okay, so I'm pulling from the White Witch, which is only major arcana, which any of you who have been coming to my channel know I'm obsessed with major arcana only decks. Okay. The moon. Okay. So that's Cancer or Pisces. So if you're either one of those, that would be stronger for both of you. The Emperor on the bottom. Interesting. So that might be someone we have to deal with today. Which would be Aries. The moon. This is going to be a highly intuitive day. This is like go inside for your intuition, right? Maybe there's stuff that we don't know is going to happen. I feel excited. I don't have a scary feeling about any of this. Okay. Now we're going to pull a Starseed Oracle with like a focus for the day. Then we'll put it all together at the end. The moon. Interesting. Okay. The blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Interesting. Inner Earth was on the bottom. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Interesting. Okay. Let's read this guy, the blue flame. That's not right. Oh, there it is. This is a card of awakening and energetic upgrades. Perhaps you're going through a period of spontaneous awakening, receiving visions and having experiences that are out of the ordinary. In the West, little is known about the process of spontaneous awakening, and it can feel very scary when we're going through it alone. Elsewhere, they can be seen as auspicious experiences, with those going through them treated with tender care. The blue beings are thought to be activating beings with great potential for healing and upgrading our cellular structures. They appear in moments of extreme awakening, activating a physical kundalini awakening and deep cellular and DNA healing. Oh, dear sweet Lord, are we going to get some like really intense news that's going to totally knock us off our feet? And I don't know. Or did this already? For me, this already could have. I mean, it definitely happened. It definitely happened with me. But many people glamorize the awakening process. However, in reality, it's much messier and more difficult than most of us believe. We must first let go of what we think we know for sure and how we make sense of the world. This isn't easy. The awakening process, even when it's spontaneous, takes a considerable amount of time to integrate. An awakening without integration can leave us feeling very ungrounded. If you're in the midst of an awakening, treat this time as deeply sacred and give yourself ample space to ground and integrate the extreme changes you're going through. Place the card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following. I allow myself to surrender to the awakening process that's right for me. I take things slowly and integrate my experience each and every day. Interesting. Okay. Well, that would make sense with the moon, right? Interesting. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments as your day goes on, how, if any of these things were relevant, how they played out. Okay, so now we're doing the Sacred Creators card. Hair, fucking hair everywhere. Okay, cozy up with risk. Balance. And what does your soul say on the bottom? Balance is 14. That's 5. Oh, it's an obstacle. Number of obstacles. What does your soul say is 8? Eight is like, for me, the number of mastery. 14. Patience, moderation, a perfect blend of activities, a happy balance, purpose and meaning, mixing ideas and people into a perfect brew. Self-care message. Too much focus on one thing, ignoring responsibilities that you dislike, excess, imbalance, not seeing the bigger picture. Ever elusive balance. You could drive yourself a little nutty chasing the perfect ratio of work, home, health, family, social life, hobbies, and woo time, and it's okay not to strive for such a compulsive perfection. Sometimes chilling way the bleep out is exactly what's needed to usher in some desperately needed balance. Oh, interesting, right? That's what we're getting. Then again, you may be so complacent that your heart is begging for a healthier mix. And if this is you, and you'll know it when it is, then the universe requires more consistent energy from you in order to deliver your dreams. Regardless of your situation, if you're feeling misaligned and out of whack, it's time to come back to center. Look for solutions in situations that feel grounded and calming. Avoid anything that will tip the scales and suck way too much of your energy, time, or money, or that will provide you with too much lazing around time. And actively seek the moderation of tasks and time. Step away from drastic and excessive and any imbalances that just don't feel right. Consistent introspection to see where you're lacking and where you're leaking energy will guide you to the middle ground that's required right now. Find long-term success through a measured blending of strengths, productivity, and stillness. Okay, so interesting. No one can create balance for you. Only you know it because it is a feeling. How balanced do you feel today? I feel balanced. I do. I'd say it's like tentative, it's like new feeling of balance that I haven't had any external experience yet to challenge it. So maybe that's what today's going to be for some of us. Just finding that balance and going inside and listening to our intuition and realizing, right, we have everything we need and we are capable. We are capable beings, right? And we contain it already inside of us. But the express your true self. I don't know. Morning ones we don't really need to figure out, you know what I mean? They're more of like we take them in for the day and keep them in the background. I usually keep the cards I pull out next to my bed. I have a little spot set up. What does a balanced life look like to you? Can you plan a week around this? Are there any self-critical not enoughs that are eating their way into your balance? Let's read What Does Your Soul Say? It's the last card. Interesting. Tuning into your soul song, learning to lead with your heart, success at the end of a long journey. Not listening, self-care. Not listening to your inner voice, misinterpreting your soul song. Your soul knows, it always does. Take some time to tune in, journal, meditate, listen, translate. You already know what you want, so go for it. If you desire a specific future for yourself, it's because it is 100% possible for you to achieve it. Your desire is an indicator of what you can achieve when you set your heart and mind to it. It's time to go get that dangling carrot you've been dreaming about and to ask yourself why you've been hesitating. What's stopping you from building the life you crave? This card indicates success at the end of a long journey. Yeah. Take what everyone else wants out of the equation because this is all about what you want. Right now, you need to be a little bit greedy, a little bit egocentric, more than a tiny bit focused on your needs. It's okay. You spend so much time focused on everyone else that you may need to tune it all out for a few hours in order to really tune into yourself. When you listen to the whispers of your beautiful soul, what does it say to your heart? Are you focusing on the positive and what you have, or are you focusing on what you don't have? Are you busy with hard work, or are you doing easy work that you love? Are you running away from a life you don't want, or are you running toward the dream that you do want? What's your primary motivation? What say you, soul? Okay. All right. So it's kind of going within, staying centered and balanced, getting grounded, listening. our intuition is telling us something. For some of us, we've already heard it and we're just continuing on. And for others, we're having a hard time hearing it. So this is saying to do things that bring you in balance, bring you balance today, keep you balanced and stay in alignment, and not to think and not to seek answers, just to put out there and be and see what comes. Let's see, our last one is the Oracle of E. I have a thing for the letter E. It's so weird and it's so true. It's weird. Certain E's, I'm like, oh, they do like a weird sexual thing inside me. It's so weird. It's weird. But it's true. So do any of you have weird like sexual attraction to certain letters? And it's not always, it's like, it just depends on how it's constructed. This one, I know, it's so weird. I don't know, E is like it's like a 3, but you know, it's always been like a magical thing. My middle name starts with E. I know it's weird. It's so weird. It's super weird. I'm super weird, and that's okay. How are we doing on time? 16. All right. I was hoping to have these morning Johns be like 20 minutes or less, but more like 10, but... Okay. Oh, 2 of them. All in on the bottom. Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows everywhere. Living large. Okay. We have 11, soul purpose, and 7. Soul purpose. Interesting. Okay. 38. Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows everywhere. You have every reason to skip, hop, and leap with joy. Optimism is the only reasonable choice because everything else is an illusion. Hope is the only thing that matters because it points to the inevitable. The glass is not only half full, as Psalm 23 says, it runneth over. Interesting. 25. Living large. You are drifting in an ocean of gold doubloons. As always, it's your call. You can dive in. You can backstroke all the way to Istanbul. Or you can stay on the piddly little raft you've been rowing. But it's all there, rich and luxurious as ever, waiting for your nod. Jump in. The good life is yours. Okay, so we're all in transition. If you're coming to this, you are in transition of some sort. We're all in different levels of transition on our journeys. We're in different parts of it. But this is saying to me, on the right path, keep going, stay centered, quiet, look still. Keep the mind still today as much as possible. Take those moments, right? I'm so curious about the expression one, how that's going to play out for today. It could just be like all of this is helping us become our truer self. You know what I mean? But it also could be that some of us may come across some major kind of conflict today, kind of challenge that is really going to could possibly knock us off where we are. And we need to remember to believe in ourselves and to say what we need and get what we need in a confrontation or a conflict. I would love to know in the comments later today if anybody wants to put in there how these panned out for you. I'll put it in for me too if there's anything significant. Okay, Thank you for joining me for our morning poll, and I will see you maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm going to do these when it feels right. It might be every day. It might not be every day. Who knows? So maybe you'll join me for the journey. I don't know. All right. Thank you. Bye for now.